Susan Waters from Exceeding Joy. Our scripture this week is Hebrews 12, verse 1. Therefore, we also, since we are surrounded by so great a crowd of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily ensnares us, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him, endured the cross, despising the shame, and sat down on the right hand of the throne of God. Now we're going to talk about lay aside this today. And in the first translation that we read on Sunday, it says, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily ensnares us. And the next translation said, stripping off every unnecessary weight and the sin which so easily and cleverly entangles us. And the last translation, let us drop every extra weight, every sin that clings to us and slackens our pace. What hinders you from connecting with God? Are you avoiding God? Sin has a cycle. We sin and then we don't feel close to God because we get in this works mentality. And we step away from God. And when we step away from him, we're more vulnerable to sin because we've stepped back from our power source. And then we sin again, and then we feel even worse than we did. And it's this cycle that we step back farther and farther from God. When we sin, God is our answer. And in Hebrews 4, verse 16, it says, let us therefore come boldly to the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. God put that in his word for a purpose. Come boldly to the throne of grace in time of need. When we're feeling great, that we're doing, our prayer life is good and we're in the word and things are going well, we don't have a problem going to God. When we have a problem with going to God is when we're not doing all the things that we know we should do. But that's a works mentality. If we could earn our right standing with God, Jesus didn't have to come, but we can't. So embrace God. Embrace your relationship with him. Now, I have 2 challenges for you today. The first one is list any weight that is slowing you down, holding you back, or distracting you from the things of God or from a closer walk with him. And those weights are sometimes they look good. Sometimes we can be doing so many good activities. They appear to be godly activities. But it's not God's will for us. They just take up time and take up time that we should be spending with God or relaxing or doing other things. Being busy all the time isn't always God's will. And usually being busy all the time without the proper rest and enjoyment of life, that's not God's plan. So a lot of times I find we busy ourselves to avoid God. And that's the purpose of that challenge, to reveal that to you. And your second challenge is list any sin that entangles you. Ask God for his help and ask him what you need to do to be free. God is the source of your freedom. Don't run from him, run to him. He's never angry at you. He's not upset with you. He's angry and upset at the devil, but he's not angry and upset at you. He wants you to be free. And freedom will come in his presence. So bless you today as you draw closer to God. We'll see you tomorrow.